All right, man. We live.
Live.
Live. We live on the first test run, everybody. High on Sports. That's what it is. If you was wondering what Hospod meant.
Hospod.
Hospod, excuse me. See, we already.
POD.
That's what it means. We here. This is our first test run. We're going to sit here and we're going to have a drink and a couple blunts. We're going to talk some sports, shoot the shit a little bit.
Shoot it.
This is going to be, again, this is our first test run. This won't be the official, but it definitely will go in the archives. And we're here to just let a little bit off our chest, let you listen to some bullshit for a little bit.
All right.
And let's get started. As a matter of fact, let's just get started on what exactly we was just talking about just now. And Giancarlo Stanton to the Giants.
You want to get right into it?
Let's get right into it. Yeah, it was a smooth conversation. Let's pick that back up. So the Giants, Giancarlo Stanton. That's a $200 million player. A lot of Giants fans feel as if they need that. I mean, you need that.
Well, it's not like they can't afford it.
No, they can.
We know that.
Yeah, they can. They definitely can. But is it
worth it?
Is it not only that, but is it something that the Giants will even do?
Will
you guys pull something off like that?
If the Giants picked up Stanton, that's a left field play for the Giants.
We haven't had a left field since Barry Bonds.
Exactly, right? Out of nowhere, the left field play. We ain't had a left fielder since Bonds. But, like I was saying, they got no farm. They haven't had a real power bat in their lineup since Bonds. But that's because they've relied on pitching for so long. They don't have pitching no more. They don't have pitching. They don't have farm system. So if you're serious about not wasting the primes of these guys, Posey and Panik, Crawford, and whatnot, go get that bat. Obviously, you don't have the arms.
But if you get a player like Stanton, don't a couple of those guys you just named off gotta go? Don't you gotta give up because he's not a free agent next year.
Well, let me tell you this: the Giants won't give up the middle infield. The Giants aren't going to give up Posey, Crawford, or Panik.
Would you give up Bum? You're not getting Stanton.
There could be a workout still, I think.
Okay. So you just said you don't have a farm.
It'd be a money deal. That's what it would be. It would be a money deal.
On top of accepting the motherfucker's contract?
Well, that's saying, yeah, that's what the money deal.
But what I mean though is
you guys figure the Giants, they realize they're in a position. They're not going to give up a heart of their line. They're not going to give. I still feel like the way the Giants.
But you acting like the Marlins isn't a professional baseball team. They don't want something coming in for.
They're the major league minors. They're the minor league team for everybody else.
I get that. But they have a player like Giancarlo Stanton on their team, and you're giving them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for this motherfucker? Like I don't get that. Doesn't make any sense to me. If I was the Marlins, you would.
Well,
look. Have to.
Not only that, most likely the Giants are going to have the number one pick in the draft because they suck ass.
What was the number one pick in the draft mean in the major leagues?
It could mean a Strasburg or a Stanton again that you don't have to pay $330 million to, who might pan out. Look, draft picks in baseball take 3, 4, 5 years.
Right. So what are they? They're not worth nothing. For a player who's already hitting 60 home runs,
nothing.
He's hitting 60
home runs for what? A loser?
Yeah, I'll give you that. Well, he would be 60 home runs for the Giants to be a loser too.
That's arguable because.
Look, man, you can't look, if you're the Marlins, you're not giving Stanton up for nothing. Yeah. I want Panik. I want Bum. I want Posey. I want one of those guys has to come. You have to be willing to ship one off. And the Giants,
if one of them goes,
Panik
will go. Crawford is not going.
Well, Panik's not enough. I mean, it has to be Panik and who else? It has to be someone.
You think the Giants would ship off Bumgarner or Posey, who won 3 World Series and who what they're trying to keep going?
What have you done for me lately?
What have I done for you lately? What have you done for me lately?
Stanton? But you want Stanton.
Posey's actually had a solid year this year. Go look at his numbers. He's in well above 300. He's leading. He's doing what he needs to do. Granted, now look, they got no fucking outfield. You got Pence. Love the man, but
he's getting old.
You old. Denard Span, he has a great beard. Left field, who knows who plays left field for the Giants? Might as well just be the fucking ghost from Mario Kart.
Well, we're assuming that it'll be Stanton. But it can't be this team you have and Stanton.
No, somebody will go. Belt
should have been gone 2 fucking years ago. He's a mediocre first baseman.
You know what sucks about Belt?
He'll never win a Gold Glove.
Let me tell you. You know what? He won't. But you know what? I say you put Belt on somebody. The Rangers, the Red Sox, the Reds. Somebody with a short porch like that for him. I feel like
Phillies. I heard the Phillies wanted him too.
I feel like he might be one of those guys who just needs to get out of fucking Pac Bell Park. AT&T Park.
I feel like any big player that's going to be on the market is going to be a Red Sox.
And if you look for the past since 2008, since Bonds left, the Giants have not been able to grab a big hitter. That's one because the park doesn't favor.
They're scared of that park.
You need the park is built for a left-handed power hitter, but Stanton has.
He's not worried about that park. That's a player that ain't worried about that park.
No matter where he goes.
Right.
I don't care.
But the real question is what you're giving up. You have to give something up. This is the, in my opinion, the best baseball player in the league right now.
Stanton is the best player?
I mean, in my opinion.
He might be the strongest hitter, but the best player?
What's he hitting? What's his average? Look his average up.
Let's look his average up.
He's
definitely not the best player in baseball. Best player in baseball? Dude, you gotta.
It's got to be a position player.
Trout.
I'll take Carlos. I'll take Stanton over Trout right now. Personally,
you realize Trout is an MVP. Stan's not an MVP.
You're right about that. But you talking about giving up $200 million for the motherfucker. And he ain't.
You know how much Trout is worth?
I won't give up $200 million if he ain't the best player in the league. I mean, I'm just saying.
All right, top averages in the National League, top 5. Charlie Blackmon, 342.
Wow.
Colorado. Second place, Justin Turner, LA Dodgers, 332.
That makes sense. Justin Turner's nice.
Third place, Bryce Harper, 326. Fourth place, Buster Posey, 317. Fifth place, Daniel Murphy, 315.
Daniel Murphy.
Home runs. No doubt, Stanton got the lead in home runs. Stanton leads in RBIs. You know who has the most wins in the Major League Baseball?
No, I'm curious.
Want to take a guess?
The most wins in Major League.
Most wins between American League, National League.
We were talking pitcher, right?
Pitcher.
I would say Kershaw off the top of my head.
But he was out for damn near 3/4 of the season so far.
He just got off the DL though.
I'm gonna give you a chance to pass on that.
All right, I'll pass on that.
Because he ain't nowhere near the top.
In the majors, huh? Most wins.
No, he is. Actually, that's a rip on me. He's tied for the lead. 16.
So you want to go ahead and take that back?
Rip on me. Take that back.
Take that back.
First of all, do you remember a few weeks ago?
Yo, imagine that.
Do you remember a few?
Wait, hold on. Imagine that though. The motherfucker missed how much of the season? He's tied for most wins. I told you the other day. I think the Dodgers are gonna win the World Series. They got the team to do it. They got the pitching to do it.
They do.
They do.
Hey.
Yu Darvish had Yu Darvish. I know it's hard to say that as a Giants fan,
what though? You want to know who leads the league in?
Who does lead?
Or he's tied with Kershaw. Zach Greinke. Were we not talking a few weeks ago about how the Dodgers? We talked about how their pitching staff was more dominant now than it was back then, and I argued that it was not because Zach Greinke is not on that roster anymore. You have Kershaw. Everybody else behind Kershaw are not proven guys.
But now you got a guy like Rich Hill. You got a guy like Yu Darvish. Their bullpen is pretty
Rich
nice.
Hill, Darvish, what have they
Rich Hill's a winner. Nothing.
Rich Hill's a winner?
I mean, they've won games. They're the best team in baseball. I'm only going off of this season at this moment. They're the best team in baseball. I mean, top to bottom. And I don't know, something's in the water, man. They're turning out these young kids. It's crazy.
Yeah, and have you realized they've lost like 9 out of their last 10? 8 out of their last 9, whatever it is?
Yes, I do. I get that. But I'm talking about this year. I said this year is their year. That's what I feel.
And
it's hard to argue that.
Granted, I have a biased opinion. But like I said, remember a few weeks ago, you asked me who my top 5 baseball players were that I've ever seen. Remember, I put Kershaw on that list.
Yes,
So don't talk. So you can't say that.
No, I didn't. I won't go as far as saying you hating on Kershaw. I don't
And so far, the Dodgers have been the best team this year.
Ricky Henderson was definitely has to be on that list, but
he's on your list. He's not on my list.
All right, I'll agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
So all right.
Pirate hooker.
So really though, what we really want to get down with is it's football season, Trev. It's about that time.
Let me take that.
It's about that time.
Before we get down to that,
It's about that time, Trev. Get into Raider football.
Raiders.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be Raider football, right? And I'm just looking up. I'm gonna look up the Raiders schedule. I'm gonna go ahead and look up the Cowboys schedule. My partner Trev over here is a Cowboys fan. I know he's confused. So let's pull this up. So the Raiders got the Tennessee Titans, the first game of the season. That'll be Sunday live at Mikasa. We got the second week against the Jets, Redskins, Broncos. I'm going to let Trev run down his schedule here pretty soon, and then we're going to probably argue for the next 45 minutes of how he thinks his team is better than mine. But we'll see. We'll see what it is. He's a Giants and Cowboys fan, but we'll get into that as well. So I was just looking over here at the Titans, the first game of the year against the Titans for us. Who you guys got first? I already know you know.
We got the Giants Sunday Night Football.
Giants Sunday Night Football. Y'all lost to that. Y'all lost to them.
We lost to the Giants twice last year. Did you know something?
Tell me.
We lost to the Giants twice, to the Eagles once. Nobody is fucking with the Cowboys
except
us. I don't say the Raiders.
Come on, man. We get to play all this year too.
You get to play us, and you'll get to get an L. Believe that.
Hey, man. Hey, we're gonna see. Look, it's gonna be fun.
I like the Raiders a lot. Like I said, if I had to have a second team that I rooted for, it was always the Raiders. Growing up, like I tell people, Raiders, Cowboys, my top two teams. But the Raiders, it's hard. Raider fans make it hard for me to be a second fan sometimes with their.
Why? Because we're just as big as fans as you guys are.
You guys are.
Hey man, but I hear a lot of bullshit, just like y'all. Just like y'all hear from us, I hear a lot of bullshit. So I mean, what I want to know is what makes you think that y'all are better than us? That's what I want to know. What gives you the right to even say that? You could ask me the same question.
What gives us the right to say that we're better than the Raiders?
Yeah. And I'm just talking,
I don't want to waste the rest of the fucking podcast down.
I had to set you up for that one.
You want me to start from the top or the bottom?
All right, so no. I was a joke. I was just kidding.
I got a list for you.
But what I really want to know is what are you looking at? What's your season looking like? What do you expect from your season this year? Is it Super Bowl or bust for the Cowboys this year or what?
Super Bowl or bust? I'm gonna say Super Bowl or bust.
Can't, right? Can't say that.
You can't put that much pressure on a second year quarterback. You know what I mean?
Especially if he ain't got his running back the first 6 games.
There you go again, pushing the damn agenda. He ain't gonna be out the first 6 games. We already know
right now.
No,
right now he's not suspended.
The appeal is going through, and we've seen this process before. Tom Brady did this in 2015. The NFL tried to suspend him. Good. He took it to the courts, did this and that. He played the whole 2015 season. What happened? Blah, 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 blah. 2016 comes along. He's suspended for the first 4 games. But this is different. Ezekiel Elliott's case is different from Tom Brady's. Tom Brady destroyed evidence. He gangsta smashed his phone, destroyed the evidence. I fuck with that.
But this is
big
completely
time.
Different.
How is this completely different?
Because Tom Brady got caught beating balls, and your guy is accused of beating women.
Accused of beating women. But like I said, look,
I was very careful.
Here's my stance. My stance is the fact that you're brought up so much is disturbing.
Right.
But
you have to admit that
when the person who is bringing up these allegations is not credible, you know, like now it's a fine line to walk right now. But it's been proven, and now I say this, I ain't gonna lie, this comes out to part of Jerry Jones's PR genius that everybody all of a sudden has turned against the accuser. But there's been she has text messages and files saying that she was going to destroy Ezekiel Elliott's career. She was going to blackmail him. She conspired with a friend to frame Ezekiel Elliott on certain shit that didn't happen. All right, so look, and the story came out. The lead investigator for the NFL into the case was a female. She interviewed Zeke. She interviewed Tiffany Thompson, the female. I think that's her name, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But the interview.
She will go unnamed.
That's her name. So the fuck what? There's a lot of Tiffany Thompsons out there. Fact is, the lead investigator was a female, and she recommended no game suspension for Zeke. All right. Now, if you remember a few years ago after the Ray Rice shit, the NFL specifically hired female for this specific situation for the domestic violence because because people were getting on the NFL saying they didn't have, it was all men. You know what I mean? They didn't have a biased opinion. It was all men in there. So they got a female. And what happens? You have an incident, the first incident that the female investigator gets to do, and she recommends no games. So how does this look on the NFL now? They pushed so strongly for the last year and a half saying something was wrong, and comes out that you guys aren't wrong. Right. And so what, we're going to take mud in the face? And what happens now? Now everybody's looking at Roger Goodell in the NFL again like you guys just.
But they can't afford to be wrong is what I think is the point on here.
They can't afford to be wrong.
So let's say they take his suspension back, right?
Look,
and then in 2 months, Ezekiel Elliott gets accused of beating whatever he did, whatever it was. It sounds so terrible to say that. No, but what I'm saying though is they can't afford to take that risk, especially with a young player like this. You say to yourself, it's concerning that he got accused this many times.
And this is what, if I'm running a business, this is my stance. Whether you did it or didn't do it, the fact that you are in a situation and your name is brought up, that's enough for me to have suspect. But at the same time, if proof comes out, evidence comes out that you're being set up and you're being framed, how can I not look at it differently? You know what I mean?
Right.
How can I not look at it as a conspiracy, as the NFL trying to set an example because they fucked up with the Ray Rice situation? So they're trying to set an example. They're trying to set an example
and the Hardy situation.
Yeah. Hey, look, and I've been said this, and I said this. Who was
another Cowboy, by the way.
Now, first of all, you want to get the Cowboy conspiracies? I will.
I'm just saying.
We can spend the next hour.
I'm just saying. It feels like.
First of all, you know why part of the reason he got his 10-game suspension reduced down to 4 is because of Jerry Jones. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you justify Greg Hardy's suspension going from 10 games to 4 games, and he was in court convicted, and we all know the Greg Hardy situation. He was convicted in court.
So he's overcompensating.
And so
you have to overcompensate.
Zeke,
what's wrong with overcompensating with domestic violence?
What's wrong with overcompensating is you're trying to make up for your lack.
Or you're trying to, somebody's got to be an example, right?
You're trying to make up for your lack of leadership from beforehand.
No, but somebody's got to be set an example. Somebody needs to, be made an example of. Somebody what I mean. If it's a Cowboy and it's Zeke, the star running back of the league, that's a message sent. 6 games.
If the NFL
stop fucking around.
What the NFL is fucking up is they're trying to be the police. First of all, the police said we're done with this.
They're $1 billion industry.
But of course, the police said we're done with this investigation. So what the NFL did, the NFL took it further, like, we're gonna go and do our own investigation. Like, who are you guys? You guys are not law enforcement. All right. All the NFL needs to do is say, you violated code of conduct by being
accused of this.
Putting yourself whether you're innocent or not, the fact that you're in a situation this amount of times, right? But the NFL took the stance of saying, you beat somebody, and we're gonna do this. Domestic violence, and it's like,
so you're saying you should be suspended then, right? Because
the NFL didn't word this shit right. The NFL should have been like, you're involved in a situation, whether you're guilty or not. Right. You're involved in a situation that's a bad look for the league. The NFL came out and said, domestic violence abuse, you're suspended. When there's no proof, no facts, when there's faulty evidence, you know what I mean? So you guys are not investigators. You might have PIs who go into things, but this is not. You guys are a business. You guys are the NFL, the National Football League. You are not the DEA, the FBI, the fucking police, the Metro Police, the sheriffs, whatever you want to call them. That's what you are not. You're in the billion-dollar business.
But the NFL signs his checks, right?
The NFL does sign his checks.
So if Zeke, okay, so you said yourself, if Zeke Elliott was, it was a code of conduct, right? It was, I mean, he put himself in a bad position.
You know what's back ass words about this whole thing? Is
that now he's suing the NFL?
Not that the owners pay Goodell. Goodell specifically took himself out of this situation. Did you know that?
Yeah, last year.
No, just this year for this case.
Oh,
for this case, he took himself out of this case because he's in line for a new contract and an extension from the NFL owners, and he don't want to jeopardize his fucking $45 million.
That sounds really familiar. I think somebody dismissed themselves from a case and then decided to fire the FBI director. Oh my goodness, that's for another
trumped
podcast.
Up charges.
Trumped up charges. Some trumped up charges. You know what, Zeke? There's some trumped up charges. He's innocent. We gotta let him go.
Yeah, quit pushing that agenda, man. Look,
no, it's a valid question though, because I mean, somebody's got to be the other side of this argument. I don't think he should have been suspended 6 games either, but honestly, he should be suspended at least 3 for just putting himself in a position that's a black eye on the NFL. It just seems like every year the NFL is known
I hear that.
For this. Why is every year an NFL player getting caught up beating their woman?
I understand that, but look, I'm not
every year
standing for that off. But look, has in no situation besides Zeke's case has there been actual evidence of someone saying they're going to come out and ruin your career and hold something against you as blackmail? You know what I mean?
Right.
Ray McDonald for the 49ers a couple years ago started getting into domestic violence, and it kept.
And they kept him on the
snowball.
Well, they kept him on the team. They didn't even suspend him.
They kept him on the team, but then it happened again, and they released him. And then he was signed with the Bears, remember? And then he got another domestic dispute, and then.
That's what I'm saying. Can the NFL be wrong? Maybe maybe it should be reduced to 3 games. You do a 3-game suspension on Zeke. Stop fucking around with these crazy bitches. Excuse my language. Stop putting yourself in this position.
Also, let me tell you what happened with Zeke's girlfriend. What happened was he got drafted, and he was like, "Shit, I'm a pro now." I'm sorry that we have to split ways right now, but we just have to do our own thing. And she was like, I understood why you this whole time, these past 4 years. What do you mean you're going to leave me when you get to the league? You want to make all this money? Oh, I'm about to stick it to you.
It's not me, it's you, baby. Oh, my goodness. That we can go on Zeke for days. I mean, we can. But I think it should be at least 3, and that's where it should end.
I think it should be nothing.
But you already said it was a code of conduct that he violated.
But that's not what he's being suspended for, right?
The
language has been said that he's been suspended for domestic violence that has not been proven.
Right.
The NFL is assuming guilt, right?
Yeah.
They're not taking the stance that this is a code of conduct policy. They already took the stance that we're assuming guilt of domestic violence when there has been no guilt proven. All right. So this is where there's a fine line there. This is the fine print that we're talking about, right?
You might have convinced me.
They argued one thing which is not true when they should have argued that we're not arguing whether you're guilty or innocent. We're arguing that you were in a dispute 5 occasions that have been brought up with law enforcement. That's what we're arguing. We don't stand for that, you know what I mean? But they argued we have evidence of domestic violence when they have no evidence of domestic violence. When the lead investigator suggested no suspension,
Right.
You know what I mean? So right there, if the lead investigator suggests no suspension,
that's just a suggestion, though. That's
It
not
is.
a ruling.
but like
All right,
like
thanks
I
for
said,
your opinion.
thanks for your opinion. Look, like I
That's
said,
all that
like
is,
I said
bro.
at the beginning, the NFL had this problem at the
Thanks for
beginning.
your 2 cents.
They had this problem at the beginning, so they brought in the female to have an opinion, right?
So that makes it more
For-
fair.
That's what I feel like makes it more fair, because if the female is saying
Because
there's
it's
no
the woman that usually is getting beat.
right, and if do you remember the Ray Rice shit? All the women were
makes
like,
it
he
look
needs to
even
get out of
worse.
here. Ray Rice needs to go,
Oh yeah.
right? But if the lead investigator is a female and she's saying, I see no credible evidence to suspend Ezekiel Elliott,
Right.
This is what she was brought in here for, and she sees no credible evidence to suspend him. And the NFL. Look, I feel like they dig themselves too deep in the corner, and we took in our stance. We can't change our stance now because they throw mud in their own face.
Right.
We've been saying he's guilty the whole time, and now all of a sudden, someone who's on our side opposes our opinion. We look like shit now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
The NFL's in a lose-lose situation.
So they got to suspend him. They got to save face.
But they won't. This is what's gonna. The NFL.
We'll see. So, anyways, let's go. You know what we're gonna do, and this will allow us to talk a little bit, better about our teams as opposed to your running back beating his wife all the time. We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through the power rankings, and we'll start from 32. Obviously, we'll just skim through.
Top 15. I mean, the bottom 15.
Well, we'll start with that. Well, yeah, we'll start with the type. I want to see who do you think is the worst NFL team in the league?
The worst team in the league?
Yeah, without even. And you can't see my screen, so you don't know what it is. But who is the worst team to you? Who's the worst NFL team in the league?
Jets. Obviously, Jets. Who else is bad? In the NFC, I'd say the Niners are probably the worst team in the NFC.
I would have to agree with you.
I'd say the Jets and the Niners are two bottom feeders of the league. The NFC's really got some good competition here. The NFC East, between Redskins, Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants. Obviously, I feel the Cowboys are the best team, but nobody has won that division back-to-back for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
The NFC South, the
NFC
Saints.
West has been different.
The Saints, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the
Up.
Panthers,
They're
the
on the
Falcons. I feel
Falcons
like
are good. They were just in the Super Bowl.
They were just in the Super Bowl. Let's not
count
pretend
them out.
like they're
Right.
just gonna fall off.
Right.
They're not. They still.
We'll see where they're at, though. We'll see where they're at. So the bottom they have right now are the Colts.
I feel
And
like
I just can't agree. I don't agree that the Colts are the worst
Colts.
team in the NFL.
It all depends on luck.
He's hurt. He's not going to be there for the first week. I don't think
He's not
Andrew
gonna
Luck.
be-
I don't think Andrew Luck will ever. I don't. Well, that's different. But I don't think Andrew Luck will ever be the same again because they never protected him. The Colts never did anything.
The Colts
to help
have treated Andrew Luck worse than they treated Peyton Manning.
and it's ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
At least Peyton
They
Manning
never
had a Jeff
drafted no
Saturday or somebody like that to
to
protect
protect
him.
him. I mean, you got this dude out there.
Peyton had protection, and the 1 year that Peyton won a Super Bowl with the Colts, he actually had a top 10 defense that year. And Andrew Luck has never had nothing close to a top 10 defense. He's had the shittiest line in the league next to the New York Giants.
And the Texans. For a minute there, the Texans were still bad.
Yeah. But
they got him as the worst, 32. I don't believe in that.
The Colts,
I think the
Jets are definitely
the worst.
Who's their quarterback?
I don't even know.
They just sent Sheldon Richardson to the Seahawks. Are you kidding me?
For nothing. For a second and third round pick.
Ricardo
When you
Lockett?
hear something like that, you're thinking like, what the fuck was my team doing? That we couldn't send a second and third round pick for this dude?
Yeah, right. Like second, third round pick.
That's shady business. So the bottom feeders of the NFL, we're gonna go 32. Their Colts is what they have. I think it's the Jets, but you can order these any way you want, really. The
Jets, Niners, Jags. Hey,
Jets are third. The Browns are up there, and the Rams. I don't know about that. I think the Rams are a lot better than that. I believe in Jared Goff, man. I like Jared Goff.
You wanna know what?
I don't believe. I'm not saying
Last
the Rams
year in
all
the
this
draft,
shit, but Jared Goff's a Cal Bear.
I was like,
I seen Jared Goff play. He's a big quarterback, big guy, and he plays big. That's what you want in your quarterback. Somebody who can stand in the pocket and deliver, big, tall passes.
he
They got to be, and he's accurate too. You just got to let him. Let him fling the ball, man. Let him fling the ball. I'm telling you, Jared Goff is going to be nice, and the Rams will not be in the bottom 5 of the NFL come at the end of the year. I guarantee that. This is the test run. We'll go back in the archives and we'll reload this. And I'm telling you that the Rams will not be the bottom 5. They get to play the Niners twice.
Bills suck.
Bills are terrible.
But you're back on the Rams. The Rams.
They got the Niners at 26.
I'm up in the air about Goff. I like Goff a lot, obviously, because of the Cal connection. And I'm not gonna lie, I was up in the draft last year. The Cowboys were gonna pull a move to swoop Goff. I was like, "Ooh, this is Jerry Jones territory to pull a fucking string and swoop up Goff." But
that would have been nice.
It would have.
I would have been jealous. I mean, not really, because I got Derek Carr, but I'd have been kind of mad.
First of all, you want to know the first time I remembered almost broke my TV in the 2010 draft when the Raiders, or was it 2009 when the Raiders took Hayward Bay instead of Crabtree. I was sitting there watching the TV, and I remember I was like, "Oh, Raiders Crabtree, yeah." And they took Hayward Bay, and then the Niners took Crabtree, and I remember I was so pissed. I was like, "I can't believe this shit that's going on that I'm seeing right now. Are you kidding me? The fucking team that I hate the most got the best dude. Oh no!"
And he is nice. To this day, we corrected that. Now he's on the
Crabtree.
Raiders. Yeah, we
Crabtree
got him now.
was a 2-time Biletnikoff Award winner in college.
Yeah. Oh, he was a beast in college. Texas Tech. Oh, he was a beast. And if you've never seen Crabtree in college, I suggest you go look up videos. Go look his best catches up. Michael Crabtree was a beast.
You know what?
And he still is. He still is a beast.
My
because he's on my team, but
he is a beast now.
As a Raider fan, you can never go into the draft thinking that you're going to get the person that you're supposed to get. At least not until Reggie McKenzie came. When Al Davis was running the show, the Raiders were getting the fastest player no matter what. And that's all Darius Hayward Bay was.
Reggie McKenzie has made 2 questionable picks.
But
when he took Hayden,
he's gone. That's a wasted pick because he's gone.
Right. And we're waiting to see him Conley. We're waiting to see him Conley right now. When I believe the Raiders, they're in prime position to take Reuben Foster, who would have been the leader of the defense.
And the Niners killing it out here.
He is killing it. And he's moved to middle linebacker.
That's why, yeah. And that's what we need. I was just saying that at the
I talk about this with Dub. When you look at Super Bowl defenses,
there's a general.
Minus the Seahawks had something going that a lot of people don't have. Legion of Boom.
Right.
Is rare.
Yeah.
All other defenses, when you look at, they had middle linebackers who were the leader's defense. You know what I mean? Middle linebacker is your quarterback of the defense.
Right. That's what the Raiders are not. That's what we don't have. I think the Raiders defense is so bad. It's not because that the cornerbacks or individually these players are bad, but on the field, you need that general middle linebacker to tell you,
what I say?
If you're Conley, right, or you're Emerson, Emerson's a vet now, but I'm talking about somebody who's going to tell you where to be, when to be there, to call the plays. If you're running a zone, make sure your fucking players know you're running a zone.
Right.
Make sure they know where your zone is. And if you, but see, that's the thing. The Raiders, I better see this. That the Raiders better move Khalil Mack around the defense this year, because if you don't have that at middle linebacker, I don't want to see him stationary I did last year.
The Raiders need to call more blitz.
They had him on the left side of the line the whole year. He's way too dominant to be just stationary.
You know my opinion about the Raiders defense is they brought in Ken Norton Jr. and he tried to run Seattle. He tried to run Seattle's rah-rah guy, and he tried to run Seattle's defense, expecting that his DBs were going to play like Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas Camp. You don't have that on the team, right? Call a blitz. The Raiders don't call blitzes at all.
We're a cover 2 defense. They run cover 2 defense and nobody can cover. Nobody can cover. The safeties are always in the cover 2 defense. You run the man top and safeties in zone.
Khalil Mack is dope enough to get 11 to 15 sacks on double coverage all year. Call a blitz. Take some pressure off of them. You know what I mean? You don't have Richard Sherman or Earl Thomas out there. I'm sorry. Sam Smith, whatever his name is.
Sean Smith.
He's not what do you think the Chiefs let him go? He's not what he is who we thought we were.
But he's a good corner, but he's a bump and run cornerback. He's not an off the ball cornerback. He can't play 5 yards off. He's not that type of player. You need to play press coverage, bump and run every single time. Or else why have a big fucking cornerback like that? If
he's specific for big receivers.
Right. Okay, so let him guard the big receivers, but let him do that at a bump and run. Let him do a bump and run pace.
I believe
you're wasting his size. You're wasting his size.
Call a blitz. Pressure that quarterback. First of all, everybody knows about the DBs. Call a blitz. What's wrong with calling a blitz?
Nothing's wrong with calling a blitz.
So what? So pressure the quarterback instead of giving him fucking 10 seconds to throw the ball in the fucking 8-man coverage where the receiver is definitely going to find a way open.
But we got Bruce Irvin now, so
you have Bruce Irvin.
I mean, last year he had a good
last
year.
And the year before last year,
he had
right?
a good year. No, it was just last year. It was his first year with us.
Last year was his first year.
His first year.
My bad.
So I mean, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and let's go down to the meat and potatoes of this power rankings. I want to.
I forgot about the power rankings.
I want to go down to the see how we'll get that handled. All right. Ooh, I see where we were, huh? Okay.
Top 10?
Of course. Okay, so number 1, Patriots.
Of course. I would say
we already knew that.
First of all, if you would have asked me, I would have said Patriots. Also, because if any team, the Patriots are like the Warriors.
So here's where it gets here in number 2 already it gets fun because now behind the Patriots, it feels like right now it is the Patriots and everyone else.
First of all,
right? It does. And I'm not talking shit about my team, of course, but it does. It feels like that.
I saw a picture.
Especially because I got
before I saw the picture, I was going to say the Seahawks.
You were going to say the Seahawks
because they are proven everybody on there is in their prime. And they just got – you can't ignore Sheldon Richardson going to a top-notch defense like that. You're getting a Pro Bowl player for Ricardo Lockett. Is that who they traded?
Oh, got the security dog. She made a feature. She's,
So the Seahawks.
All right. Then I'll have to agree with that too then.
But at the same time, their defense is top.
It's just
there's no defense in the league.
Well.
No defense in the league is better than theirs. Seahawks and Patriots got the best 2 defenses, I believe. Last year, the Patriots had the lowest scoring defense in the league.
All right.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. I would imagine though, those are always the best.
Well, you got to figure, they play in a division with the fucking Bills and the fucking Jets, who are shit.
Right. Stat patters.
The Dolphins, who are shit.
So I think you're going to be really upset with number 3.
Who's number 3?
They got the New York Giants at number 3. And you know what?
I feel like that's like the Eli factor.
Let me tell you something, because I hate the New York Giants. I don't know why. I think it is because of Eli Manning. I dislike Eli Manning. I'll never forget the draft where I'll never forget that. I'll never forget.
That's
you can't ever let that go.
With Eli.
You can never let that go. When you crying out of a team, like I'll never ever
I don't want to play San Diego.
I don't want to. Yeah, I'll never let it go.
Right, first of all, you already got bitch marked.
Look,
on
the Giants come to Oakland.
You better fuck them up.
I'm going.
Bro, I'm talking shit.
I'm going.
Don't lose.
I'm going. Well, I got what's gonna be in a suite and everything, and I'm going.
Don't lose.
We are not gonna lose.
Shit.
We are not
because if you lose to the Giants, you definitely lose to the Cowboys.
And my point is by saying this, we are not losing to the Giants, and that's why I don't think that the New York Giants are the 3rd best team in the NFL.
Neither do I. I think the Packers are better than them.
I think they are way better than them.
I think the Cowboys are better than the Giants.
I think the Raiders are better than them.
The Giants have no offensive line. You got Odell Beckham. You got Brandon Marshall, who has, say it or not, he's declined the past few years, whether it's been quarterback play, injuries, or whatnot. This is what happens when you get on in your career, right?
That's true.
This shit is not a fucking coincidence, I don't feel like. You start grabbing less balls, you get older in your career. That's not a coincidence.
Right.
You heard that bullshit not too long ago where T.O. said he thought he could be in the league still, says he's surprised that he's not in the NFL right now. Fuck out of
Fuck
here.
outta here.
Come on, man.
It's the ego. That's a wide receiver ego. All right, so
That's
number
my
4.
quarterback.
So the number 4 team in the league is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm tired of them being the number 4 team in the league. I don't believe that either.
It's the AFC thing because you got to look in the AFC. Who you got? You got the Patriots. You got the Steelers, and everybody else is questionable. Yeah, you like the Raiders, but the Raiders,
which is at number 5,
right? But the Raiders, they have not consistently been up in
No,
there.
you're right.
Patriots
we're
and
newfound
Steelers
money
are up
there
they're
all the
consistently
time.
in there.
All
You
the
know what I
time.
mean? They have Big Ben and Tom Brady.
So got
The Raiders are getting used to having a franchise quarterback for the first time since Rich Gannon.
Oh, and he is.
You know what I mean?
He is everything.
No doubt
everybody
he
says
is.
He is.
But
I think we're better than the
agree.
Giants. I think we're better than the Chiefs, who's ranked at number 6. I'm looking for y'all here at number 7.
I'm not mad at number 7. That's probably first of all, they probably ranked that probably based partially on Zeke's suspension. You got to figure they probably assumed Zeke was going to be suspended.
No, that's not what the problem is. Here, it says here that the problem is your defense is whack. No Brandon Carr no more. Morris Claiborne.
Used car.
Used car.
Oh my God,
Hey,
Brandon
I know,
used
yeah.
car.
He was
You might as well went to fucking Nino Motors and got you a Brandon car. Let me tell you something.
Shout out to Nino Motors.
Shout out to Nino. Let me get something. Brandon Carr.
We're gonna
You
try
don't
to
miss
get
a
that.
game.
We're gonna try to get that.
You don't
sponsor.
miss Brandon Carr doesn't miss a game, but he don't fucking
Morris Claiborne's gone.
Claiborne. Bygones be
You got-
bygones.
you do got
He
a-
never
you do got a
played for
dude
the
named
Cowboys
Taco.
anyways. Taco Charlton.
Yeah.
He's a rookie. We'll see what he do.
He's
You know what I
gonna
mean?
Be amazing.
Hey, Taco. I feel like with the
That's a
name Taco,
yeah, you can't fail.
that's a one of a
He'll
kind.
at least always be solid.
And Jalen
That's all you
Smith.
can ask for.
Jalen Smith. The Cowboys, I think, got a steal there with Jalen Smith
Uh,
because if he wasn't hurt, he was going to be a top 5 pick in the draft.
What'd you get him?
We got him in the second round. And the Cowboys, they swooped him. They took him, let him sit. Don't know if he was going to play or not. He made his way back.
You wouldn't have got him if you would have traded for golf. They got Falcons at 8. I agree with that.
I agree with that. Their
After
defense
that
is,
debacle.
and I never really believed in the Falcons either, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I believed when they were fucking 28 points. up.
Never forget, they were up. Same thing against the 49ers. They had a fucking 28 to something lead against the 49ers.
Kaepernick.
Yeah, and Kaepernick came back and
back.
scored like 3 touchdowns in the second half, and the fucking Falcons didn't do nothing. So this is not nothing new to the fucking Falcons being fucking chokers. Dolphins 9?
With Jay fucking Cutler. Hell no. They got the Dolphins better than the Packers. We got all right. So the next time we do this, I'm making my own goddamn rankings up by week 1. We're changing power rankings after week 1, and right now we can do that too. That's ungoddamn believable. I can't believe that. Not the Dolphins are better than the Packers. The Dolphins ain't better than the Packers on any day. Not on the Packers' worst day. Not with no goddamn Jay Cutler, I'll tell you that. 10 at the Packers. It doesn't even matter who's 11. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I got a couple questions here that we had on from the Mega Thread. Shout out to the Mega Thread on the first test run. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look these questions up really quick. Just give me a second here. I'm looking at these questions, Trev. I got a couple of them here, and then this is I do got a question here. We're probably gonna round out the podcast on that. One of them is, why do sporting? This is probably for me mostly. Trev's not much of a soccer guy, so I'm gonna have to get him on the train though. I'm gonna make him a Benfica fan. He doesn't have a horse in the race, so we might as well give him one. My boy on Twitter, Timo, he asked, why do sporting fans talk the most shit when their team has never been good? And to be honest, I don't think anybody can answer that question. To be honest, it's been 15
Well, that's
years.
a very detailed
Look,
question.
look. I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. Sporting hasn't won the league, the Portuguese league. Was 15? So I think it's 15 years. I mean, I haven't been counting for them. They know better than me. But it's been 15 years. In a 3-team race, all right, so you got Benfica, you got Porto, and you have Sporting. In a 3-team race, to not win the league in 15 years, I don't know. I don't know where they would even get the idea that they were. You know what? To be honest, about 5 years ago, I stopped calling it a 3-team race. Really, it's been a 2-team race for the last 10 years or so. Yeah, because Sporting even had was 3 years ago. Sporting had the lead. They were wrapping it up.
When was the last time they had a winning record?
It was 15 years ago when they won the league. I mean, if a winning record.
So they won the league 15 years ago.
Yes, they won the league 15 years ago.
What's the difference between a Sporting fan and a Raider fan? Because technically, the Raiders haven't won anything for 30 years besides a fucking.
Well, the Cowboys haven't won in 20 years.
Timeout. Classic Raider fault move. Well, the Cowboys or the Niners haven't done shit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the Raiders.
This son of a bitch.
Classic comeback.
Nah,
first move is,
well,
you guys ain't
because that's different. Because the team that I root for in that respective sport has been champions for 4 years in a row now. And I got an answer for you about the Cowboys. Not only that, but the most championships in Portugal, the most everything, the most fans, the most trophies, everything you can name, Benfica has the most of.
Yeah, but you do realize.
No, I don't.
The Dallas Cowboys are the most popular.
No, but and I got a question. We're gonna cover that because see, American football fans always want to bring it in.
Go.
So to be honest, I can't answer that. I don't think anybody can answer why Sporting fans talk the most shit. I guess they have nothing else to do. I mean, when you have so much time on your hands for not rooting for shit.
Well, let me say something. I'm not into the soccer world.
That's why we're gonna.
But from what I've observed, is people who are soccer fans, is most people who are soccer fans. That's what their sport is, because soccer is a worldwide sport. So this is who they.
Wait, before you do that, wait, no, save that, because here's a question from my boy Brian. Shout out to Brian. On the Benfica podcast, I've been on there a couple times. Cool ass dude, great podcast. But it says, okay, sports question: which sport is better in your opinion and why? American football or real football? And the way we're gonna do this, right? The way we're gonna do this is we're gonna let Trev, the football fan, right? Because I like both. I love both equally. I can't really answer that. It's hard to explain. I have my reasons why I like one better than the other, or the vice versa. So I will be on the side of soccer. And you will be on the side.
I don't know how to start this because, look, I do realize the most popular sport in the world is soccer. I'm gonna call it soccer. I'm not calling it fucking football. I'm calling it fucking soccer because that's where I'm from. And we call it soccer around here. So we call it soccer. I do realize that the most popular sport in the world is soccer. The highest paid athletes in the world up until this year were soccer players. Now they're NBA players who are the highest paid athletes. But something about American football contact sport, something about the gladiator nature of it all, just seeing heart for heart, one man dig it out, we 2 hands in the dirt, we digging it out, battle for battle, you know what I mean? Soccer is a finesse sport.
That's not really true. It's not. Now, look, there are finesse soccer teams like Brazilian soccer. That's a finesse.
Let me tell you something. How I feel about American soccer.
You watch English soccer. That's not a finesse. That's not finesse. That's all.
Imagine if the top athletes in America grew up playing soccer. Imagine if you had LeBron James and Paul George and fucking Kobe out here. You're the national men's team. You got LeBron at goalkeeper. What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you the difference though. The great soccer players have been playing and going to academy since they were 5, 6, 7 years old, right?
Exactly.
You can learn how to play American football. You could just, I'm a big guy. I just got into it.
But like I said, the aesthetics of watching.
Turns out I'm really good at this.
I don't know. Because I'm American, so the aesthetic. I grew up watching it, but the aesthetics of watching football, digging it.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I get it.
I don't know how to put it into words, which I need to work on.
You know,
But-
look, this
but
is the difference to me. This is the difference. Football will always be lacking the international side of it, right? Because football is an American football, right? Football is an American thing.
And
It's an
still
American
the
sport.
and it's still the richest sport in the world.
It is. Well, no, not really. I mean, soccer is the most.
You
rich
do
sport in the world. I mean,
realize-
you do realize that Neymar has just broke the bank for like.
I'm not talking about.
I'm just saying.
I'm not talking
There's
about
so
players.
much money
I'm
in
not-
soccer that's
No,
not even. It's not even.
I will
funny.
say this: the NFL is committing murder on how much money they profit and not paying.
Bro,
their
FIFA
players.
is a gang. FIFA is a gang.
First of all, the NFL is only played in America. It's an American sport, yet it's the highest grossing sport in the world, and yet they have some of the lowest paid players
Well,
in
that's
the
a different
league.
argument. That's maybe that's
It
why
is
it's
a different
that's why
argument.
maybe that's
But
why
see,
it's a
that's-
worse sport than soccer is because you get
That's
paid.
a totally different argument.
Well, we're
Because
asking
I
which one's
enjoy
which
watching-
one's better. The one's better. How
So-
do I find better as compared to you?
You prefer
I'm not saying what I prefer. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm looking at it from one side. I'm gonna allow you to look. I'm gonna be objective here, but I can see why anybody would. I mean, look, soccer is it's a ethnicity thing. It's what you are. Soccer is not just like
everybody I know.
nobody likes the Major
Everybody
League
I know
Soccer.
who has watched soccer by a fucking lingual. All
I
right,
don't speak any other language. I
Don't-
watch soccer.
bullshit. You speak partial Portuguese.
Look, what I mean though is the difference is that soccer is so much more culture. It's more. There's way more culture in the game of soccer.
It is. It's been
And then-
around a
and-
lot
and It's been
longer.
around a lot longer.
But
you get to root not only for your favorite team, your Portuguese team, your Spanish team, your German team, whatever it is. Now you don't only get to root for that, but every summer, every other summer, every other fall, you get to root and sit down and watch.
I know what it's
your
like.
country.
I know what
the
it's-
country you root for, whether it's Portugal or Germany or the Netherlands or France or England.
like
it's,
I said,
it's,
soccer.
it's a prideful thing. It is. It's a prideful
But see
thing.
now, look. Growing
There's
up
so
back-
much pride
growing
in
up, look,
football.
you've grown up
Soccer.
same place. We're not growing up. We're not prideful of soccer in America.
We're not.
Are we
We're not. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
You are grown. You are
Right.
You know what I mean?
'Cause it was
People
a
I
culture
know
thing, right.
who their families are connected to it. Like I said, most people I know who are connected to soccer are Latin,
Right.
or foreign of some sort. You know what I mean? I don't know too many Americans who are really just entrenched in soccer. It's baseball, basketball, football.
Right. It is.
You
It's
know,
true. It's true. But the question, but it's hard to say which one's better because I love both and I appreciate what both bring because I like sports. I just love sports. It's a game.
competitiveness.
Yeah, it's a competitive
Competitive thing,
sport.
I do. But just football, it ain't nothing like seeing a fucking 60-yard bomb
It's
or
true.
a fucking screen pass that breaks. And
Yeah,
see
but there's
three
nothing.
tackles
But yeah,
break
but
and-
there's nothing like watching, a 30-yard strike from out of nowhere, hit the
So
back
what
of
do
the
you
net.
prefer?
You're hitting.
So do you have a preference?
I don't.
Would you rather see Derek Carr
I don't.
fucking hit a Maury AC/DC connection for the fucking 60-yard Super Bowl winner?
That
You
would.
know what I mean?
That would bring me to
Or would
tears.
you rather see Ronaldo fucking hit the game winner in the net? Well,
For what? The World Cup?
for whatever. What's gonna be? What would you rather see?
Oh man.
Be honest.
I already watched Portugal win. The
I know
Euro
you already
Cup.
have.
I watched
Wait,
them win the Euro Cup, but to watch them win the World Cup and to be able to say that, Portugal won the World Cup, like almost every 4 years. That. So why? I mean, I get maybe not this year. Derek Carr do it, but they'll do it, in another year. That I'm not picking this, but to watch Portugal win a World Cup, that's probably.
Like I said, so you've already seen them win
It's hard.
something.
It's
Look,
hard. I know that's
so
why
look,
it's hard. That's
so
why
now
it's hard.
that's-
But the World
this is
Cup
where
is
I-
different. The World Cup is different.
This
I
is
mean,
where I
this
argue.
is
The World Cup is different, but you've seen them win the championship,
yes, I have.
and then
seen
you're still fighting like, ooh, is it the Raiders?
because I'm greedy. Because I'm greedy.
It's not greedy.
So I've been- 'cause I-
It's
I-
look. It's not greed. Because I'll tell you what. I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Warriors fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I've seen the Warriors dominate the past 3 years. Amazing. I shed tears when I saw the Giants win the World Series the first time. If I watch it on TV right now, start shedding tears. They start coming down.
Yeah.
Warriors, it wasn't like that. I like, for some reason, I'm a big Warriors fan, but when they won, it was like I knew they were gonna be great. It was the way they played that season out. It wasn't surprising to me. You know what I mean?
Right. It didn't mean that much.
It didn't mean that much.
Because
The
you knew it
Giants
was coming.
and look, and I ain't gonna lie, I've been a Giants fan before I was Warriors fan. Baseball, you know, I played Little League baseball and all that. And it's just something about seeing the Giants win the World Series, especially after seeing them lose against the Angels.
Russ Ortiz got the ball back.
Let me tell you, it's the 3 worst nights of sports history in my life. Giants losing to the Angels in the World Series. Portland Trailblazers losing to the fucking Lakers. Sacramento Kings losing to the fucking Lakers. 3 worst nights in my life.
No, my worst nights in my life that was when the Raiders lost the Super Bowl. I was a kid, man. I'm 30. That was 2002. I was just a kid. That was the first time I got to see my favorite. I cried, bro. Like I went to my room and I slammed the door, bro. Bro. That was the worst. And then I seen Portugal lose to Greece in the Euro Cup, in Portugal, and I was a kid too, and that was a hard pill to swallow because you had so many great players on that team. Yeah. And I can sit here and list them all, but I'm not going to do that because you'll have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
No idea.
But what I mean though is I feel you. And then the Lakers lost to the Pistons. Would I have to be my other one? Because I wanted 4 in a row.
Oh, I was so juiced.
I wanted 4 in a row.
Bill Wallace,
I never knew what it was like. I was like,
I
don't know how it feels like to lose like that. Because we always used to beat the Kings' ass. I remember all you Kings fans now. If you Warrior fans was Kings fans for sure. That's for damn sure.
What I will admit to back in the day was I've always been a Warriors fan, but I also been
now you only a Kings fan if you're from Sacramento. And that's it.
I said whatever. I was like I am today. Whoever the Lakers were playing back then, that's who I was a fan of. Portland. I was a fan of Portland for the series. I was the biggest Portland Trailblazers fan. Scottie Pippen. I don't even want to get back into it because it get the adrenaline going. How it was robbed. But I know how the league works. The teams from Portland and Sacramento they're not allowed to win championships.
Hell nah. Everybody was getting high and smoking weed on the team.
Rasheed Wallace, but he got his ring in Detroit. Only because of Detroit.
What's his name? He's a player hating.
Rasheed Wallace.
Hating. That's one player I couldn't stand.
I like Rasheed Wallace.
There's a couple basketball players I don't like. And people are always surprised when I say, fuck Kevin Garnett, bro. I couldn't stand Kevin Garnett. My God.
I like Kevin Garnett.
Nope, not me.
Paul Pierce. I was a Paul Pierce fan till he went to the fucking Clippers.
Nah.
And he went to the Clippers because the Clippers were tired of getting bullied by fucking Draymond Green.
That was my arch nemesis.
KG?
Yep, I didn't like him. I mean, I didn't like Sam Cassell either.
Sam's the alien.
Alien ass. I didn't fuck with him.
I was juiced when the Celtics won the championship that year against the Lakers.
I was juiced when the Lakers won the championship that year against the Celtics.
I'm sure you were. So I question why you got a fucking Warriors hat right.
I got
Warriors
a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I collect things.
I got Lakers championships hats. I got Warriors championship hats.
I collect things.
Like I said,
I'm a collector.
When the Warriors are number 1 and if somehow the Lakers are number 3, you're about to be wearing a Laker hat.
Of course. That's of course. That's not. So I'll never argue with you on that.
How can you wear the Warrior hat?
I live in the Bay Area, man.
What does that
here? I watch it. That
is the softest excuse I ever heard because you
we
live in the Bay Area.
This, but a million times.
When the Niners were good, you're from the Bay Area.
Oh, never. That's different. Football's a man thing. That's different.
Football's a man thing.
It's a man thing. That's how I can explain it. It's a man thing. You don't switch up fucking football teams. That's one thing you don't.
No, you don't. You want to know how I became such a hardcore football fan?
Man, for no Cowboys fucking other football.
First of all, I'll tell you my Cowboys.
Basketball's so big. I watch college basketball. I've watched a lot of basketball in my life, man. I watch college ball.
When I was a kid,
I like basketball players. Basketball is one of those sports where you can. I love the Lakers. I'll say it now. I'm a Laker fan. I will always be a Laker fan until the day I die.
From LA.
That's fine. I didn't
Lakers,
say I like the LA Lakers. I just say I
Dodgers.
like the Lakers. Look, I'm a Laker fan. I've had my fun and I've had my time in the sun. It was fun. It was. And now it's gonna come back one day because they're the goddamn Lakers. This shit don't just go away. You don't just stop being Lakers, right? The Cowboys, right? You was doing all that winning. Where the fuck you niggas been? Nowhere. I haven't seen you nowhere.
They ain't been nowhere, but you know why they're the number one team in the world, and why they still have
you like the Lakers, but you a Cowboy fan.
Games?
It's the same shit. You the same shit.
You know the Cowboys have 8
same shit. You wear blue.
Televised games this year.
How many?
8. Half the season.
And
nationally
televised
only 2
games
of those games
Zeke gonna be on.
He's gonna be on all of them.
Gonna be suspended.
We can make a bet right now. Everybody listening. Zeke's gonna play the whole season.
Zeke's not playing the whole season.
Bet.
What's the bet? We don't do money. We don't bet money. I don't think you can do that legally live. I don't think you can just post that on the internet. We can get some trumped up charges going.
Trumped up charges.
Some trumped up charges. Look, it's a bet. We'll figure it out on the next round.
Zeke's playing all year.
We'll see. I can't wait for you to be wrong.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be fun.
Well, we don't want to even get into Warriors.
That's coming. The basketball season started.
Starts October 17th. Is the first game for the Warriors.
Early.
I remember. Basketball's not supposed to start till like Halloween or first week in November.
Bro, they trying to get all them eyes. They trying to take on the NFL.
There's less back-to-back games this year.
You know what that means? Though? It's going to be even a longer summer because everything's going to be gone next summer. We're going to have to wait even longer. Everything's going to end early. We're going to sit there with nothing to watch.
I'm predicting.
I like baseball and all, but by like 100 fucking games, or like not even 100, by 60, 70 games, I'm already fucking checking. I'm ready for the playoffs.
Baseball?
It's fucking long. 3-game sets every fucking night.
I'm not going to lie.
Goddamn.
Like,
people complain about soccer and baseball.
Baseball is definitely too long because
shit.
Look,
that's not the slowest sport I've ever seen.
Baseball does not get interesting until September.
Yeah, September.
In the
October.
playoffs.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm cool. Give me 60 games and then get me to the playoffs.
Football is interesting all year because every game matters in football.
But see, baseball in the Bay is different though because baseball's an excuse. They treat the baseball like a club out here. They be wearing
and I tell people
they be going out pictures. I think more selfies has been taken in Giant Stadium than any fucking stadium in the whole world.
I say this.
I swear to God.
As a Giants fan, I've been Giants fan my whole life. I expected to win this year, but like I said, I've been to 3 World Series parades in the past. Well, it was 2017 from 2000.
Put your dick away.
I've experienced that. Of course, everyone's experienced that all the time. I know what it feels like to go to the parade.
Oh my God, bro. We'll see, man. Oh yeah, well, not about the Giants, but
Giants not winning.
We'll see about this year. It's gonna be a fun season.
Let me tell you, Giants win all this done. Giants
this Sunday. Oh, my house too. We got the nice. Screen. We'll be here. Trail, if you're there.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably
my house.
I'm probably gonna leave for the night game because it's Giants Cowboys. I'm gonna go watch it with the Cowboy Nation. You know.
Oh, of course, that's fine. You can go out there with them, with the Hicks. The rednecks.
Me and the Cowboy fans, we get together every Sunday around the TV.
Get the mechanical bull going.
Whoa! Boy, I tell you what, get them beans frying.
We're gonna have to round them up.
Hey. December, Cowboys Raiders. Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be, you know what? After this test run, we're not gonna get so fucking drunk the next time. But it's gonna build up to this wrestling rivalry. It
already is.
It's gonna be.
It already is.
The payoff is WrestleMania in December. The Raider Dallas game is gonna be the fucking WrestleMania.
It already is. The Silver Bowl.
It's gonna be the Silver Bowl. That's what
silver
we're
and
calling
blue,
it.
silver
it's
and black.
It's the countdown to the fucking Silver Bowl.
Boy.
And y'all not winning in Oakland. So that's all I got to say.
You better get. Well, you guys are pretty used to disappointment, so I'm not.
We'll see. But we've been running now for almost maybe over an hour. I know that's for sure. So we're gonna wrap it up tonight. Save this one, obviously. I'm gonna go back and listen to all this bullshit that we were spewing tonight. and see how we can get
Missed
better.
out on the fantasy tonight.
Yeah, to our 3 partners that are listening right now, our 3 viewers, we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate the 3.
Yeah, appreciate the 3. That was nice. I appreciate it. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll see y'all Sunday? Yeah,
Sunday.
We'll do it night. Oh, you can't. You going with the Hicks? You gotta be Grandmaster Trev.
Well, should we do it Monday night after Monday Night Football so we could wrap up the whole?
We could do it Monday night.
I mean, I know you get off late, but I don't work on regular days, so I could come.
Well,
over.
let's do it. We can do it. I'll go to your spot. We'll do a late night shift.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
we'll do a late night shift
at my spot too.
Yeah,
just because it's on the way home, so you can just stop at my house.
Yeah, we'll late night shift. We'll do
bring your laptop to work that night, so you just stop by my house.
We can do that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we'll see y'all later, man.
Peace.